What's up, guys? It's your boy Pete, and welcome back to Planting with Pete.
These my dollars make it hurt.
Now, if you're new here, this channel consists of almost everything houseplant related. If that tickles your fancy, hit that subscribe button, sit back, and enjoy the video. Now, on today's video, you guys, as you probably know by the thumbnail, we are going over the plants that didn't make the move too good. Now, to be honest with you, trying to make sure I'm honest here in 1 second. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's only one major one. The rest of them are actually okay. Emphasis on okay, but we'll talk about that in another video. But all in all of them are okay, except for the one that is still right here that I may have mentioned. Yeah, I did mention it on one of the videos. Not sure which one it was, but I do know it's before this one. But this one here just and technically it was not due to the plant fault. It's operator error. I'm not the operator. So during the move of the plants into my grow space or greenhouse or green room, however you want to call it, name it, whatever. This one here, over it. This one here, strangely, well, I can't say strangely because it was not securely put down in its home or in the pot that it's in, so it wasn't secure like the rest. Normally I do the pond or rocks in the back to kind of secure the pole and things, so when it's moved or shifted around, it doesn't do too much moving to that post that would disturb the root system or basically break the root system. But this is what we're working with, you guys. You see this? Do you see this? Now, I was so happy and just thrilled when I got this here plant, the velvetness and just how quickly the leaves were growing, how the sizes of the leaves were starting to get a lot bigger. And with me, of course, you can go out and buy a huge plant, but that already has the bigger leaves and spectacular foliage. But it's kind of like raising a child. You raise them from a baby. Look, you hear this? You raise them from a baby and you enjoy the process of growing them and even watching them get a lot bigger than basically what you started off. And I can tell you, this is a mess. Mess, okay? Like, over it. So what I'm going to do, what I have to do, what needs to be done, should have been done a long time ago. But again, I've been somewhat procrastinating, honestly. I've been trying to get my grow space together, and this was the only one that literally just kicked the bucket. Okay, so we're going to do, if you haven't noticed what this one is, maybe if I see, I can see, look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Like, gone. This is literally hanging by a thread. That's how bad it was. As you can see that. There we go. There's the thread. You see that little root there? Which is probably gone. Yeah, it's gone. It's all shriveled up. I'll show it to you once I cut it. A matter of fact, you know what? Bump it. Yeah, let's go ahead and cut that. And of course I will be reusing the post. But going in here, it was just the root system. Yeah, it's gone. It is gone. But this is what's left. Once upon a time, you guys, it was green, and there is no hope for this. It could have. Nope, I'm not even gonna try it because check that out. That is dry. and I mean super dry. So yeah, definitely going to be using this here spag for propagation purposes, and then I also have a cup of water here in my red solo cup that I'm going to prop the top part, which is almost dead. Now again, mind you, I could have saved this a long time ago. When do you hear that? That is just matter of fact. Look at this. This is horrible, okay? But if you don't know which plant this is, maybe this will help. You know. And I was seeking out what I'm going to try to do is insert some pictures from my Instagram. If you haven't followed me over there, you guys, all my social handles will be down in the description box below. But this, oh, I'm over it, all right? um yeah, in the process of moving, this was the only one that literally jumped out of the pot. Yeah. So, word of advice, if you have like 1.5 million plants like I do and you need help moving them, make sure they are secure enough so if someone moves them or you need help moving them or whatever the case may be, nothing will happen unless, the pot just falls out their hand or something. And even if then, it's still secure enough so that nothing snaps and things like that. But this one here down in that pot, you guys, was just wobbling, and prior, you already know this was in my original grow tent, which again shouts out to Rachel Heart Shaped Leaves. She put together this little makeshift grow tent that I do love, and I was using for a very, 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 very long time, almost about 2 years or so, and and as you can tell by some of my other plants in previous videos, those plants were just loving it. But anywho, it broke off, and now we're left with this. So this is the philodendron verrucosum. All of that is just a matter of fact. Look at that. You see that? Wait, there we go. There's an extra one. The nodes are still. It looks still viable. I mean, I can definitely, yeah, starting to shrivel up. But during that process, what I did, you guys, was just water the area roots just with regular water. I would get a cup of water and just, pour it down the plank here and allow the sphagnum moss to suck up the water and go from there. But what we're going to do here is get her off of here. We're going to save the nodes and hopefully save these nodes and basically prop them. I also have this little exotic angel Costa Farm pot. Of course, I love me some Costa Farm. We're just going to basically put sphagnum moss in here and do them kind of how I did my melanochrysum, the extra nodes from the leaves that you may have seen, which are definitely growing. But I cut those with fresh, they put down in there. This one here, we're going to pray that we still get something out of it. I hope so, but it definitely, probably, if not the bottom pieces, definitely the top part here has a little life left in there. And honestly, way before any of this browning happened, like I said before, all this was still semi-green. But in real time, this has been like this for almost like a month or two, and you guys are just now seeing and or hearing about it. So hopefully the next time you see these, they will be a lot better. Okay, even though I had to literally start over from a catapult leaf, which is horrible, but growing conditions are good. So fingers crossed, right? Yeah? No? Okay. But let's go ahead and get these here off. What I'm going to do, as you can, I have to figure out. You probably can see my fishing wire, which is the clear kind, which I love the best because you definitely cannot see it on the front side. So we're going to figure out which ones are which. Basically, what I do is go up the front and I cut the ones that are wrapped around the post themselves. 1 second, you guys. Okay, so what again, I'm just going to cut the ones that I do see that are wrapped around the plant here, so that I don't cut the ones that are holding the sphagnum moss on. Let's do it this way. Whoa, there we go. Let's do it this way so you guys can actually see what is going on here. Now good. Okay, so some of these, let's make sure. It looks more like the top part was the only part that, of course, is just still the part that is extra green and still growing, that has attached itself. Well, no, there's some more pieces down here that rooted inside of the sphagnum, which is, of course, encourages quicker, faster growth, bigger leaves, etc. But yeah, they rooted down in there. There we go. And the rest of them, of course, dried out. But doing this here process, I wanted to make sure that I knew I had to get this done, so I didn't want it to completely dry out. That was the purpose of me doing the watering of the post. Even though I did try to water the sheer sphagnum moss down here, but as I said before, and as you've seen, it had already snapped and broke majority of the root system, so there was no saving it. But since this one here is locked in there, what I'm going to do is just cut it there. And this is what we're left with. That is just, yeah. And so what's left on there is this top half. And what I'm going to see if I can, oh yeah, the root system here, area roots still look pretty good. Well, you can see that there, looks pretty good. So as I said before, I'm definitely going to go ahead. Whoa, sorry about that. Definitely going to go ahead and move these, or move that rather, out the way, and figure out what I can use for that one there. And this one here definitely, this here cover, yeah. We're gonna get this down in some water. I'm not sure if I need to cut this, but I'm going to go ahead and cut a lot of the deadness off of here. So this is what we're working with now. And you can see how flimsy it is. It was not getting what it needed. So we're just going to simply place her down in water. Simple. Oh, that sucks. And go from there. I was just so, guys, again, I'll put some pictures up. You'll definitely see, if you haven't, like, if you can see this. Is that the first leaf? No. Like, this is one of the first leaves that when I got it, how small it was compared to what it was then, and they were literally starting to double in size. So watching them grow is the thing that I do love, instead of getting something big and it's already big, so, and at that point you have to make sure you feed it and give it tons of light to keep it big. So yeah, let's go ahead and just, I have to pull all of these dead leaves off. It is just horrible. And then some of these are still carrying the color as well, but let's go ahead and pop these older dead leaves off, and I can show you what's left. Yeah, this part came right off, and that was a node. Yeah, so I'm not sure if this bottom node is going to make it, but as of now we have 4 nodes, well technically 5 with that extra piece there, that we're definitely going to cut up and try to save. This video here, you guys, should be very, very quick. Again, I didn't have any other casualties as in moving damage, but there is an issue or situation that is going on out there now that we will discuss. And yeah, so let's cut these on up, and then I have to make sure that the up is up So let me go ahead and get this here pot together. Let's move this here back so you guys can see. And again, I'm just using what's already here. This is sad because this thing was like fully freaking rooted in here. And you can even see like some of the roots. I mean, they're rotted now, but it sucks. You pull this up and it's like still rooted within the sphagnum. I don't take any of that out because again, it's gonna disintegrate and technically it's still good for the plant. Its own fertilizer, you know, once it decomposes. But I'm going to put sphagnum in here. Let's go ahead and just, there we go. Simple and easy. And we're just going to stick our cuttings down in here. And of course, you know, my trusty dusty pot that I do love, and from Costa Farm as well. Made in Germany. Okay. So yeah, you want to make sure that your nodes are facing upward, which I usually don't mind putting them in there any kind of way, to be honest with you. But I want to make sure with these personally that they grow in the right direction. What I normally would do is what I'm thinking about doing is giving them a little boost. Yep, there's the grow point right there. They all have pretty nice little grow points. I don't know if you can see that. Might be getting whitewashed by the light, but they are there. And as you can see by the sphagnum moss, the roots are there as well. Not dried up at all. Again, as I said before, I was doing the watering of the post. So what I'm going to do is just nuzzle them down in here. I'm definitely, I don't know, you guys. I wanted to use my rooting hormone, which I honestly could, just to give them an extra boost in case, even though they have nice area roots on them, but just in case, even with this being brittle, I want to make sure that everything is okay. Here we go. I'm gonna place some of this on here in a little cut. I don't know if you will be able to see that, but, and again, we're just going to nuzzle them down in here with the grow point facing upward. Let's take some of this back out. With this here growth point facing upward, and of course I'm going to cover them back with that there spag now, which this is the bottom part because it is small. So facing upward will be here. Same as the last one. I'm just gonna do a little scar right on the opposite side of the growing eye, right where some of the roots are supposed to come out at. And we're going to do a little powder on it. And we're going to go down back in here with them. Now these will sit in here until, I don't know how long, probably until they hatch. And then I can figure out what I want to do with them. More than likely probably put them in the shop because, yeah, if I can get this main one or top cutting here to root out, this one, if I can get this one to root out and maybe one more of these, I'll be fine. At least I can say I have one in my collection, which is wonderful as well. So just having a whole bunch of these, yeah, it's not going to happen, simply because you guys know I do love different varieties of plants. There we go. And I want to make sure I have space just in case if I find something else or go and get something else, then we have the space for it. And then I'm not struggling trying to find out, you know, what Come on. Struggling trying to find out what I need to move or downsize to get this here thing, to get whatever plant I'm trying to get into my grow space with no problem. Even though there is space in there now, just having doubles of something that I don't want to say I don't want, but doubles of something that I don't need rather works better. So yeah, guys, this is a very quick video here today. Um, I guess it's quick. I don't know. It's time is still going. But this is what we are working with now. I have 4 nodes plus the top cutting as well. And I can't remember when I did receive it, it had maybe 2 nodes ish, something of that nature. But right now, again, there are 4, 5, 6, and that's including the 2, including this here top cutting. And I'm so just over it, you guys. What we're going to do now is backfill. I want to make sure it's not too much sphagnum, but I'm going to be okay here. What we're going to do is, backfill this thing here with sphagnum moss. And make sure that they are nizzled down in here. And as I said before, guys, make sure that your node, so your grow point or the eye, is facing upward. Now, I wouldn't mind, or as I said before, I wouldn't care, but with these here, I don't have a mother leaf or a leaf to start off with. So since we're working with just wet sticks and just nodes, then I definitely make sure that the eyes are facing the correct way. And there we go. I don't want to put too much down in here. We're going to give it a tap, 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 tap. There we go. Simple, easy, straight to the point, you guys. And of course, this is going to go into my grow space with the rest of the I don't know, like propagating, like okay. So we'll figure that out. I need to figure it out, like, yeah, propagating is the process of cutting and basically making new plants. But if they're already rooting and growing, is it still propagating at that point? No. It's plantlet, a little baby plant. Anyway, they're going to go with the rest of them. All the ones that you did see me cut, and like the other plants, like my painted lady, the melanochrysum. A couple of more. I can't seem to put my finger on them, but they're all growing. Definitely have little leaves on them, or not little, but the nice size, smaller leaves on them. And not sure what I'm going to do with those as well. But these will go down in there as well. And honestly, you guys, we are through here. Very simple. This is, as I said before, this was the only one that I had to chop up and prop and make sure I save, because yeah, this thing is just shriveled, completely shriveled. The root, it had a nice massive root system, but when it popped out, this was the only root system that was holding it up together. And if I'm not mistaken, it fell over again, and it just over it, you guys. But yeah, out of all these here leaves, it's just a mess. Okay, but we're definitely going to, as you see, definitely fixed it. Well, I don't say fixed it, but you get what I'm saying, right? But yeah, guys, that is it here for today's video. I will definitely keep you guys updated what is going on with these here things. Hopefully within, I would say, a few weeks, maybe to a month, this one here will definitely have a good enough root system where I can stick it back on another post and encourage that bigger growth very quick. And usually they grow like super quick and get the sizes back on them. But mainly I would definitely want a stronger root system, if anything. So if something like this happens again, I can cut it from the base, and I definitely have that root system. If you have a strong, robust root system, you guys, it would definitely catch back up fairly quickly to what it once was, instead of you starting from ground zero, which it will produce smaller leaves and things of that such until the root system catches up. And once you start to flood it with different fertilizers, then of course it gets a lot bigger. But yeah, guys, that is it here for today's video. Please do me a favor, hit that like button. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Also, comment down below. Let me know, have you had any of the issues, especially like moving your plants, even if it wasn't your fault? Let me know down in the comment section below. All the things that you see that I use here over here on Planting with Pete be down in the description box below. Go down and check those out. A lot of those have discount codes as well to save you a little coin. All my social handles will be down there as well. Make sure you go over there and give them a follow. I usually post on Instagram and go straight to Facebook. So yeah, I'm really not on Facebook, but I do get the comments and messages and stuff from you guys as well. But go check out my social handles. Give me a follow on there as well. And I think that is it. Let's make sure. Yeah, that is it. I only had one project here to do today, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. And cut. That's a wrap, guys. Good job, Pete. See you back here on set tomorrow.